Check. Test. Check. Test. Talking sibilance. Rugby. Test. More testing. A little bit more testing. Testing more. Might as well test. I think we got a hot mic here.
Yeah, but give me like 30 seconds of the kind of commentary that you're going to do.
Oh, wow. Just making it up without actually seeing it. That's like, play-by-play talking. We've got James Willicks. Oh, we have a Zoomy setting up for kickoff right on the center, midfield. He's warming up, dropping it on the ground. That kick is up and right on the 22.
Jeffrey, I need you to go behind the controls. All right, so we have your microphone set.
Ahorita voy a probar el micrófono.
This is now second to audio. So you have audio coming from your system.
Okay, they say it sounds far away.
It sounds far away. Oh, it's not on. There we go. Okay, now the microphone is on. This is the announcer's microphone that he will be using to test and provide commentary for the match during the game. We are giving you two separate microphone inputs. This is the handheld microphone. I will now add or go to the field effects mic so that you have some information regarding that. This is the field microphone. This will be the shotgun microphone that will give you field effects and will be used for providing crowd noises and other ambient field sounds that will be used during. Okay.
Okay, Arturo, gracias.
Okay. All right. Did you have a good audio level? Or I guess we have to see it.
I can see it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Very good.
Yeah. It's speaking audio, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
I'm Wayne.
Oh, Wayne.
Jeff is the other guy.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem. So that's right. We did see each other last year. You did this game last year.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were there. This is the better stuff.
Yes, of course.
Because we have Ethernet.
Yeah, we have.
Are you getting? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Can you give me where do people go to look at this screen?
¿Cómo pueden ver el juego? ¿Dónde está la dirección? Algunas canchas aquí no la tienen. Sí, mándamela y yo se la doy a él. Very good. It's on YouTube. Okay.
It's your contract. What is your last name?
Montes. Montes.
O-N-T-E-Z?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Excellent. And you're with Colorado Sports Videos. Okay, so now we have the information. So next year we do it. Thank you so much. Let's look at that.
Está en el aire ahorita, ¿verdad?
There it is. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
If you need anything else, just call, okay?
Okay.
All right.
How often you have games here?
We have games very often. The schedule is not defined for next year, but one thing we do every year in August is Rugby Town Sevens. It's a 3-day tournament. All right. Thank you so much.
Send me any message.
Have a good luck. A good show this evening. Call me if you need anything.
Ok, Arturo, gracias. Si quieres, págala y ¿a qué hora la quieres tirar? Ok. Entonces voy a pagar todo esto.
it's time to direct your attention to Sports Plaza for Natalie Vickers.
Welcome. It's a great night for some rugby, isn't it, everyone? We're going to have a good one tonight. Let me hear it. I want to hear some round of applause here. Thank you, thank you. Awesome. That's right. I want to hear a round of applause for Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Shea. Everyone give it up for Kevin Shea, please. We have his family here. We have this wonderful night for him tonight, and we can't wait to celebrate him. First off, I have his wife. Hello, Amy. Thank you so much for being here with us. Hi. Amy has a bunch of supporters here, a bunch of family here, so we're going to get a wide shot and show everybody. Tell us who this family is, please.
Okay, this is my daughter, Brenna. This is Kevin's brother, Dan. Brenna's husband, Nolan. And Dan's wife, Allison.
Thank you all for being here. So, yes, a round of applause, please, for sure. What a special night, Brenna. Let's chat with you a bit. This is all for your daddy. And tell us about him. Give us a little background on your dad.
So my father was Lieutenant Colonel in the Marine Corps. He's an 89 graduate of USACA, but he also instructed at the Naval Academy and was a coach on the rugby team. So it's super exciting that we can have both teams out here to remember him. But most importantly, secretly go Navy. I'm a 2017 grad.
The fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, but she does have to say, this is her husband over here. For sure, so they've got it all covered, not messing around, and we have the brother. So tell us a little bit about your brother.
Kevin was just one of the most inspirational athletic men that you can kind of be exposed to. He just was a fantastic role model for many of young Marines, young cadets, Air Force cadets, and just young men who are playing rugby. So.
I never got to meet him, but I have heard so many things about him because our fellow brother over here, Mark, who is behind the camera, tell us about Mark a little bit.
Well, Mark's my buddy from Old Breed Rugby, which was started in honor of Kevin, and unfortunately we've added a few more fallen to the roster, so it's not just about Kevin, it's about the fallen Marines. We played with them, and now we play for them, and Mark is part of that.
Thank you, Mark. We love him here. So, thank you guys. We are so grateful to have you. We hope you have the best night. Have so much fun. And we have Mayor Mike Donovan, who's going to do the, you ready? He is going to be doing the coin toss. So, if you will, sir.
Are we ready for the coin toss? We've got Air Force right here, ready to go. What's your prediction, heads or tails? Solid head. General Iyer? We have a coin. And it's tails is going to be the call.
We have tails.
Well done. And you're going to be defending to the east, kicking from the west. Good luck, gentlemen. Have a great night. What a wonderful night for rugby. True, Major General?
Yes, sir. Pleasure to be here, guys. You know why you're here? You're brothers in arms, but tonight you get to compete with each other. Put it all out on the field. I know you will on the pitch. And let's have a great spirited game. Look forward to seeing you again.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Infinity Park, Rugby Town, USA. Go Air Force. Go Navy.
Good evening. Welcome to Glendale, Colorado, Rugby Town, USA. I'm Devin Smiley, and this is Air Force Navy Rugby, the Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Shea Cup. It's a beautiful evening here at Infinity Park. Barely a cloud in the sky. It's beautiful out, 75 degrees, light breeze. It's just a fantastic evening. Pitch is in perfect shape. Both captains were just out here for pregame ceremonies and the coin toss. Navy won the toss and elected to be on the left side of the field as you're looking at it through the video stream. We're zoomed in on the Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Shea Cup right now. Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Shea, 1989 United States Air Force Academy grad, cross-commissioned into the Marine Corps. He's a special character for both squads, for both teams, for both institutions. Commissioned into the Marine Corps as a communications officer. Then ended up over at the Naval Academy as one of the assistant coaches. I had the pleasure of being at the Naval Academy and being a rugby player while he came in. His first year was 2000, my senior year at the Naval Academy, and I can attest to the inspirational nature of his leadership. His fantastic character, fantastic Marine, and I'm sure a fantastic Air Force Academy cadet. We're joined here today by Lieutenant Colonel Shea's family, his wife Amy Shea, his daughter Brenna, Naval Academy class of 2017. Brenna's wife is also Air Force Academy, so they're splitting it right down the middle through the family. We've got a solid representation on both sides at the Air Force Academy and with the Naval Academy. Brenna, a naval aviator flying Ospreys, MV-22s in the Marine Corps. The cup will stay at midfield throughout the match. We'll be following up the match with the trophy presentation at the end. We're getting close to kickoff here, about 3 minutes to go. For the lineups on the Navy side, number 1, Ryan Hoteling. Number 2, Waylon Davis. Number 3, Dalton Sand. Number 4, Matt Lazuski. Number 5, Hutch Coward. 6, Adam Mertens. 7, Tanner Russell. 8, Trevor Gayron. 9, Sean Donahue. 10, Cade Williams. 11, A.J. Young. 12, Jake Cornelius. 13, Drew Boblitz. Number 14, Eric Vershinsky. Number 15, J.D. Bankston, the captain for the Navy squad today. On the Air Force side, number 1, Dallas Wright. Number 2, Hayden Stevens. Number 3, Michael Moritz. Number 4, Thomas Kensinger. Number 5, Ethan Schlint. Number 6, Colt Staub. Number 7, Aiden Beasley. Number 8, your captain, Jack Brown. Number 9, Isaiah Seals. Number 10, Kyle Holm. Number 11, Will Taylor. 12, Micah Freegard. 13, Cole Norris. 14, Will Fricky. 15, Griffin Anderson. Your ref for today's match will be Katie Roth. And we're looking forward to a fantastic, hard-hitting match. Navy coming off of a short week. They played against Army last week. Navy victorious in that match, that hard-hitting match. A lot of changes from that lineup coming into Glendale tonight. Relatively young squad for the midshipmen. Relatively senior squad for the Zoomies. Looking forward for another fantastic hard-hitting match here. You know when it's Surface Academy Rugby that it's going to be hard-hitting. Navy coming in with an overall 5-0 record in the Rugby East. They're 4-0. Air Force coming in with a 2-1 record. Their lone blemish loss against Mount St. Mary's for the first match of the season. They'll be looking to catch Navy by surprise, play at a fast pace. Some significant differences between these clubs and these sides tonight. Navy, a varsity program. Air Force, a club team at the Air Force Academy. So the significant distinction between the two squads is the support for a varsity program. Air Force still operating under the commandant for that squad. Great to see some familiar faces in the crowd tonight. Both sides represented well. Teams coming out onto the pitch, walking out onto the pitch. Air Force coming out first. While we have a moment, we'd like to start off thanking the Infinity staff, in particular Kieran Nelson, Director of Infinity Park Operations, and her staff for hosting the event. Beautiful facility, fantastic event. We're thankful to have this opportunity to play the match here.
Welcome, the United States Naval Academy.
Midshipmen coming out after Air Force. Lining up on the pitch, facing the stands on the opposite side. To start the match, midshipmen will be on the left. Air Force will be on the right. Both squads lining up for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for the flying of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Both squads heading out to take their spots on the field. A little bit more about Lieutenant Colonel Shea. While at the Air Force Academy, he also played football. He was a member of the 1987 Freedom Bowl and a member of Air Force's rugby team that won the Collegiate National Championship in 1989. One of 3 national championships that the Air Force Falcons have in rugby. Upon graduation, he was cross-commissioned as a Marine Second Lieutenant. Continued his rugby player as a career with All Marine and Combined Services rugby teams. Both teams are lining up. We're getting ready to match. And there goes Roth with a whistle. Seals with a kick. That comes up. That's pulled in by Cornelius. He dances around one. Takes it into contact. He's driven back. Donahue, freshman, in for the midshipman. Williams with the boot. It comes back to Anderson. He boots it back. Driving kick. That sits up just barely for Bankston there. Almost a 50-22 by Air Force. Great boot by Bankston. Bankston, the captain of the squad, football convert, came over to play rugby at the end of his freshman year. Good clearance kick to get some distance. Air Force will have the first line out of the match.
Line out to the Air Force Academy. Throwing in number 2, Hayden Stevens.
Stevens with the throw. Great take. Comes off the top. Air Force gets it into the back line. They're met just on the opposite side of midfield. Comes out to the right. Out the back. Scoots around one tackler. Caught by the feet. They're back up by midfield. Comes out to the right for a short hit to the forwards. Seals back out to the left. He kicks it over the top. It pops up. Donahue's there. Brings it back inside. Williams dances inside. He gets it out wide to Donahue again. Comes back, goes backwards. Brown with a strong tackle. Donahue out to the left. Into Sand. The sophomore. Left. Hotailing with a strong carry. Makes the game line. Comes out to Cornelius to the left. Skips it over the top to A.J. Young. He dances around one. Skips inside the other. Dances out of another tackle. He's finally brought down. Maybe approaching the 22. And just a little bit off in the offload. Navy picks that up. It'll be scrum advantage to Air Force. Distributed to the right. Driven to the side. And the ref blows the whistle and brings it back for the knock-on. It'll be a scrum down to Air Force. Maybe getting adventurous in the offloads.
Knock-on called on the Naval Academy. Scrum down to Air Force.
Navy hooker Waylon Davis losing a shoe. Sitting down to put that back on.
For Air Force is number 9, Isaiah Seals.
We'll have our first scrum of the match. Air Force with a put in. Crouch bind set the call from Roth. Good stabilization. 8-man pick off the back for Air Force. He's held up. Tackled and brought down. Out to the left. Lost a little bit forward. Navy continues play. Russell. Vershinsky breaks through one. He's finally brought down by the shoelaces. Navy distributes out to the left. Cornelius out back. Over the top. Bankston. He's got numbers. It gets to A.J. Young. Try, Navy.
Naval Academy try. Scored by number 11, A.J. Young. Attempting the conversion is number 10, Cade Williams.
A.J. Young, the junior. Dynamic playmaker. Coach Hickey looking for places to slot Young into the squad. Started out as a lock and a flanker, played some 8-man, jumped into the back row or into the back line. Good number overlap on that side of the pitch. Bankston does a good job making the Air Force cadet commit to him on the outside. Just an offload for Young to run it in.
Conversion is good. In the 6th minute of our competition, Naval Academy leads 7-0.
Cade Williams with a good conversion. Navy 7, Air Force 0 in the 6th minute. Steele steps up for the restart.
Fans, let's send it down to the pitch for Natalie Vickers.
Thanks, Josh. It is gorgeous out here. I can't say it enough. All right. Wanted to make sure y'all know there's lots of food options, lots of drink options, inside, outside.
That restart comes up. Navy pulls it in.
Tri-Club that's back behind me.
Straight back into the pocket.
We have the Festival Plaza where we have
Kick chase goes back. Boom and kick. That bounces. Looks like it's going to hold up into the try zone. A little bit of a slip back there. Great kick return. Great kick in the back. provides some much-needed breathing room for Air Force.
Naval Academy lineout. Throwing in is number 3, Dalton Singh.
Sand with a throw for the midshipman. That's up. It's pulled in. Russell takes it out the back. Maybe brings it into the back line. Cornelius. That ball comes loose in the tackle. Zumi's recover. Good job staying in bounds. That comes out to the right. Holm distributes. Out to the right again from Seals to Holm. Speed there from the outside center, Norris. They've got an overlap and space on the outside. Maybe with defensive coverage back there. Maybe caused the turnover and a penalty against Navy. Air Force with a great job getting around the outside on that. They go for the offload. Maybe defense there. Looked like not releasing was the call on the penalty. That ball goes backwards, taps backwards by Mertens, but it goes actually right into the hands of the Air Force cadet. Hands in the ruck, actually, they call. That goes over and Navy steals it. Comes out to Donahue. Russell puts his head down. Spins through one. He's finally brought down. Straight back to Williams. He boots it. That's tapped backwards by Taylor. He goes on a jaunt across the field. He's continuing across the field. That skips across the grass. He goes back inside. That's stolen by Boblitz. He dances inside one and tried a second before he's brought down. Out to the left. That's kicked high by Cornelius. Tapped backwards by Air Force. Straight into the hands of Taylor. Brown does a good job bouncing off one tackler. Finally brought down. And he's out of bounds. That'll be a turnover to Navy.
Navy lineout. Throwing in for Navy is number 3, Dalton Sand.
9 minutes into the match there. Boblitz does a good job just stripping that ball out of Fricky's hands, and he takes off down the field. He's caught. That ball comes all the way across, and he goes for the crossfield kick. Mertens with a catch. Small is formed. Air Force defends well. They're stopped once. They're crabbing across. It's pulled out. They go weak side. Cornelius. Williams caught by the shoestrings. Air Force quick over that ball. And offsides. Just a little bit too aggressive. It was close. That ball was out there, but the ruck was definitely formed. Navy wins the penalty. That'll be an attacking line out for Navy. Just about 8 meters out from the try line.
Navy line out.
Navy sets up for their 6-man line out. That ball goes up. That's pulled in by Gayron. Navy getting pushed back a little bit on the maul there. Air Force doing a great job. That kind of crumbles and falls to the ground. Ref holds out her arm for advantage. Collapsing the maul, going to be the call. Navy starts driving with their forwards. Pick and go play. The ref blows it up. Stops the clock for a second. And immediately shown a yellow card. Air Force with a yellow card in the 11th minute. And looks like we're going to have a penalty try.
Finish it to Air Force number 8, Jack Brown.
It is. Penalty try in the 11th minute. Navy 14, Air Force 0. So referee Roth judges that play is just a little bit cynical. Penalizes the Air Force. Judges that play was probably going to be a try. Cards. The captain, it looks like. Jack Brown will spend 10 minutes in the sin bin. Navy gets all 7 points without even having to attempt the conversion. So with the maul, defense has to aid in keeping that maul up to some degree. They can't collapse. They can't drag that maul down. Maybe with a restart, they boot it deep just inside the 22. That slips. Did that go forward? It did. Unfortunate play for Taylor back there. Just a little bit losing the handle on that ball on recovery within the 22. Had Navy immediately back on the attack. Midshipman setting up heavy right with one weak side. Looks like it's Forshinsky on the weak side setting up. Air Force matches in defense. Crouch bind set the call. Donahue with a put in. Comes out to the right. Short line to Boblets, and he skips through one tackle. Try. Navy drew Boblets in the 12th minute. Great set piece play. Donahue pulls that ball out of the scrum. Immediately comes out to Williams, Cornelius. And a great line run by Boblets. Skips through one tackle. And he's able to touch it down from about 15, almost 20 meters out. Boblets with his 5th try of the year. Williams sets up for the conversion. And that splits the sticks.
Williams' conversion is good. In the 13 minutes.
Navy 21, Air Force 0.
21-0.
Just a minute and a half into the yellow card, and Navy able to convert that pressure into points.
We have fun ones, and coming up on the 14th at 6 o'clock, it is Halloween Town, so it is a family-friendly Halloween fun movie, so come on out with the family.
Air Force with the restart.
At 6 o'clock.
Short kick there. Russell's able to pull it in. He somehow bounces off or gets that ball. That was still Russell carrying it. Not sure how he escaped out of that melee. Cornelius, that skips through. Hotailing, a strong runner. That comes out to the short side again. Oh, and Cornelius with a kick. It goes straight into the hands. And steps inside. Great job by the inside center free guard. Great pick and go. Air Force continues to push down the field. Pick and go, they're going to look to punch it in short. Another pick and go, great job making the game line. Getting that front foot rugby, getting that first shoulder in. Pick and go again, they're right on the 5-meter line. Strong dose of the pick and go. Finally, dominant tackle by Navy. Navy penalized. Off feet. Great opportunity for Air Force here, right on the 5-meter line. They distribute, immediately met. He's tackled, held up, looked like he was held up for a second. Navy's still able to get some go forward, or excuse me, Air Force getting some go forward. They have the pick and go right on the try line. Step back inside. He's finally pushed back. Staub. Setting up for another pick and go. Air Force spins it out wide. Dances. He's caught back. He's still moving. He's finally brought down. Navy defense resets. Air Force looking to distribute. They're looking short side again. They get it wide. Strongly met on the 5-meter line. Navy defense holding strong for right now. They're firing off the line decently. Air Force doing a good job maintaining possession. They're looking to just slowly, methodically push it in. Setting up the Caterpillar, looking to drive it in. And that's try awarded for Air Force. Great job for Air Force maintaining possession, though. Just pick and goes were working. Stick with the pick and go. Drive it in. Navy just not quite doing enough on defense. Not able to get low enough. Flanker Aiden Beasley with the try in the 17th minute.
Air Force conversion. To be attempted by number 15, Griffin Anderson.
First sustained bit of pressure from the Falcons on the midshipmen. Navy's defense did well, but ultimately wore down. And the forwards pick and going that ball from about 5 meters out and touching that ball down. Anderson with a conversion attempt. And that's good. In the 18th minute, Navy 21, Air Force 7.
Air Force gets on the board, and our score in the 18th minute, Navy 21, Air Force 7.
Good opportunistic running by Air Force. That ball on that grubber kick just pops up into Freeguard's hands, and he's off running. That's a high restart right on the 10-meter. That comes backwards. And it's a knock-on by Air Force. But a back and forth. Bob Litz was able to get up there and top the ball backwards, so it must have been Staub who has a little bit of a handling error. It looked like he got it backwards. Ref sees otherwise. It'll be Navy's put in. Right on the 10-meter line. Nice high restart right on the 10-meter line from Williams. That scrum immediately collapses. Air Force with 3 rugby national championships, the most recent one in 2004. Navy winning the national championship 2 years ago. In 2023, their first year as a varsity program. Good backline move by Navy. Cornelius, a strong runner. Navy quick on support. That comes out to the right, Williams. Gayron. Nice and low, good presentation. That comes out to the right. Cornelius. Offload to A.J. Young. He spins out of one, but he's caught by the ankles. Out to the right. Gayron upended. That ball comes loose. Navy somehow able to retain possession. Davis. Support there. Good job by Donahue. He stiff arms one. Try Navy. Sean Donahue. The pick and go off the back of the ruck. Number 9 with a little bit of show and go notes that there's no post or pillar there paying attention to him. He's able to skip through one tackle, stiff arm, and touch it down. Williams will be setting up for the conversion. Williams steps up. Slots that one through in the 22nd minute. It'll be Navy 28, Air Force 7.
Fans, once again, let's send it back down to Natalie Vickers.
Well, I just want to make sure. I know lots of kids here, maybe people that just have sensory issues. We have a break room right over here by the Tri Club this way, and there's some cadets over there that'll show you the way. Actually, those right behind the cadets over there in that door, and you can go up there and say hi. Yeah, say hi, guys. And enjoy the sensory room. They have some fidget toys and things for kids to play with. If it gets too loud, and they just get annoyed with it.
Navy scrum down.
Midfield scrum down for Navy.
Number 9, Sean Donahue with the footing.
Every rugby match a little bit like a reunion here for both Air Force and Navy. Players coming in from all over the country, cheer on their squads. Both programs incredibly storied. Good push by Air Force. Donahue gets that ball out. It comes back across to Bankston. Bankston does a good job maintaining possession of that. Good job in the tackle. Waiting for his support. Sand tackled. Dalton Sand out of Montana. Cornelius dances through one. Shows and goes, still pumping those legs. Air Force defense quick over the ball. Donahue quick to get that ball. Out to Young again. He's got some space and he spins through one tackle. And he's able to get that ball down.
Navy try. Score by number 11, A.J. Young.
A.J. Young with a try, and he pulls up at the last minute there. Young with his second try, but he's clearly in pain. Hopefully he's okay. Good job with the play. Getting that out. Young is up, moving around. At first thought it was a lower body injury, but looks like they're checking out his arms, his shoulders. Williams setting up for the conversion. That kick is up.
The conversion is no good.
Tough conversion is not converted.
33-7.
Navy 33, Air Force 7 in the 25th minute. Young jogging his way back. Looks like he'll be okay. Seal setting up for the restart. Breeze picking up a little bit. Not impacting the ball too much. Gayron with nice run. Comes straight back into the pocket for the clearance kick. Spiraling boot down right onto the 22. Taylor with the catch cleanly right on the 22. He's tackled and he's upended. That's Hutch Coward with the tip tackle is the call. So defender has the clear responsibility to tackle cleanly. And by tackle cleanly, the tackle height needs to be low, below the rib cage, basically chest line and below. Can't lift the player off the ground, not allowed to tip them, not supposed to drive their upper body into the ground. That ball stays in. It's an unfortunate error. And that comes forward on the charge down. Just called a charge down, though, not a knock on. And Air Force back on their front foot. Some more pick and goes. Let's see what Navy's defense can do here. Air Force has their tails up. Both try opportunities from Air Force coming on. Kick mistakes by Navy. Right into the hands of the Falcons. Air Force giving a heavy dose of the pick and goes from the forwards. That ball comes out to the left. A little bit of a bobble. Met brought down. Navy penalized, not rolling away. Caught on the wrong side of the tackle. In defense, got to be really careful that you're able to roll away and you're not inadvertently slowing that ball presentation down. Air Force setting up for the tap and go set piece. They distribute that out left. That hits the ground. Out to Anderson. He's held up. Finally brought down. Short pitch out to the flanker. That ball goes backwards. A little bit of a bobble on the distribution. Another pick and go by Air Force. And another one. Air Force really seeing success with those pick and goes. And if you are, why stop doing it? You got to continue doing that, especially if you can consistently make ground. Maybe just not able to get that first shoulder in and push them back. Air Force doing a great job slowly chewing up the turf here. They try to go over the top and they lose it. Navy just kind of staring at them, like asking for a knock on with that ball on the ground. Someone just needs to fall on it. It is lost forward by Air Force, though. That'll be a goal line drop for Navy. Navy gets a little bit lucky. Air Force is making up ground on the short pick and goes. Love to see the front row, the big guys, the scrummagers, get down really low in the tackle. They're just a little bit too high. Got to get those hands on the ground. That ball comes up, hits the ground off the foot. Fricky pulls that ball up. He has some speed and he dances through. He's got some space. And ultimately brought down by Williams. A great job on that restart. And Air Force back on the 5-meter line, threatening. They go for the pick and go again. More pick and goes. And do they get it down, or is that held up? And that ball is held up. Air Force getting some go forward. They are able to put Navy under pressure inside the 22. They know their game plan and they're sticking to it. They're going to go with the pick and goes. They get unlucky there.
No tries. The ball
Just stood up a little bit. Navy defense does a good job getting around that ball, falling backwards and staying underneath the ball and the ball carrier to make sure that ball is held up. That kick goes long. Let's see how Navy's kick chase does. Anderson. Good pass out wide. Inch perfect, and that's just bobbled trying to pull that ball off the turf. Great run and pass by Griffin Anderson, fullback for Air Force. Perfect pass from him out wide. Navy will have the put in.
Navy scrum down.
Crouch bind set the call. Donahue with a put in. That comes out. He's immediately swallowed up. Navy forwards have to retreat to provide support. Pick and go by Russell. He's still going, and he offloads it. Looks like that's Mertens. Took the offload from Russell. Comes straight back. Boot way far back. Bounces even further back into the 22. Anderson pulls it in right on the 5-meter line. That's straight out of bounds. Good clearance kick by Anderson. Anderson having a solid first half. We've got 4 minutes left on the yellow card for Navy. We're in the 32nd minute. Just over 8 minutes left. Ball comes up, maul is formed. Russell with that ball in the back. That's kicked forward. And that's offside. That ball comes loose. Navy got to do a better job in the maul maintaining that possession. Just a little bit sloppy there. The ball comes out up into the crowd. Line out to Air Force on that penalty. That's free, and Navy comes away with that ball. Russell with a carry. Coverage is there. Maybe he's setting up the Caterpillar ruck. Box kick from Donahue. Lands right in the 22. Fricky gets it off to Anderson. He boots it back. Bankston on his horse to catch that. He takes it into contact. Finally brought down. Williams boots it. Forshinsky, the kick chase. Fricky, he's got some speed. Takes it up into the middle. Met hard. Davis going for the poach. He's not able to get that ball. Good job by Staub. Going through contact. That ball comes wide. Brown, the full head of steam. Booted by Seals. Back into the 22. Williams is back. A little bit of a clearance. Comes off the side of his foot up towards us.
Line out to Air Force.
Navy able to interrupt that line out, but it ultimately comes back to Air Force. Comes out to the right. Good head of steam there. Air Force backs able to make some progress, but that ball is poached. It's out to Boblitz, to Young. He offloads it back inside. Back and forth between Navy. Backs right there. Donahue gets that ball off. And Boblitz is the one that's able to touch it down. Try Navy. Just great job by the Navy backs there. Weaving back and forth. Great ball work. Beautiful rugby to watch. Probably not if you're an Air Force fan. Just a little bit of a hole back there, and Navy backs don't need a lot of space. Looking at the replay on the big screen, Donahue's got 2 tacklers on it. He still can get one arm free, and Boblitz is right there to take the last pass in. Good job with the support runners, staying close and within the eye line. That kick is up. And good. Williams' conversion is good. In the 37th minute, Navy 40, Air Force 7. Seals with a kick. Great job by Air Force on that restart, gathering it in. Nobody from Navy there going up to take that ball down. Good job with the tap back. Navy with a counter ruck attempt. That's unsuccessful. Air Force able to maintain possession. Another pick and go by Air Force. That ball comes out to the left, out the back. Short line. Good job on defense by Boblitz, reading that line. Great line by Anderson. Good job. That looks, yes, and that's a poach. Great job by Lazuski. Fantastic jackal over the ball. Great vantage point from us here on the second deck. You can see him go down. Lazuski shows his hands and immediately goes in for the poach. That ball stays in play and goes out the dead ball line. That's a significant mistake by Williams there on the kick. Ref giving Air Force the option. Air Force chooses a scrum.
Air Force has elected to scrum down. Putting in is number 9, Isaiah Seal.
Scrum down, a little bit of cheering from the crowd. Crouch bind set. That immediately collapses. Air Force given the free kick. Just under 1 minute left in the match. Both squads full strength. Brown takes that at a full head of steam, and he's driven back by Sand. Service Academy Rugby. A hard hitting from both sides. A seatbelt tackle, the call there. Good job by Holm dancing through the contact. That arm slips over the shoulder. That's going to be a line out to Air Force just outside the 22. We're in the red on the time for the first half. Continuing play for the penalty.
Line out, Air Force.
Line out to Air Force here.
Throwing in number 2, Hayden Stevens.
Air Force with a full line out. Everybody in there. They go up. And that's an overthrow. I don't know if that was a planned overthrow, but it goes straight to the Air Force prop. Navy gets a penalized. That overthrow goes to the back of the line now. It goes straight to an Air Force player, but he's isolated. He takes him into contact. Navy's able to take him down and get over the ball immediately, and they win the penalty for the Jackal. Navy taps it and kicks it out. That's the end of the first half here in Glendale at Affinity Park. Navy 40, Air Force 7.
The United States Naval Academy leads the United States Air Force Academy 40-7.
Navy heading back into the locker room for halftime. Looks like Air Force might be as well. Looking forward to an exciting, hard-hitting second half match. Nobody on the field pulling any punches. Both squads just hitting each other as hard as they can.
You're making this altitude thing look like it's nonsense. Looking pretty good out there.
I'm not sure. We were walking around town a little earlier on, and we were all pretty gassed. So the guys are doing a great job here. Obviously, we're 40 minutes in, so we got to go.
Navy coach Gavin Hickey being interviewed on the field.
Coming into this game, this is such a
Talking about the altitude here in Denver. Only 40 minutes into the half. I don't think Navy's going to be
It's always very hard to
patting themselves on the back for how they're handling the altitude, for sure.
mentally and physically that both our academies provide for us. So we've been pretty good.
Coach Hickey talking about
How we're going so far.
2 Service Academy matchups in a row. Definitely a task. Not something that Navy shies away from. I'm sure they've had a good run of play over the last few years since becoming a varsity program. They're happy to be challenged. They want to be challenged, knowing that that'll pay dividends going into the spring. A beautiful night for rugby for sure. Low 70s, still a light breeze. We'll be having some ceremonies here during halftime. Air Force gifting a jersey to the mayor of Glendale, thanking them for the support. Just a fantastic event that Glendale puts on. They're not called Rugby Town USA for no reason. They go out of their way to support rugby in the United States, and we're here for it. Definitely thankful. I, for one, would love to see the national championship match in Glendale, Colorado. No one's paying me to say that, but I love it here. This is my first time in Glendale. It's a beautiful facility. It's a beautiful city. Nothing against Houston. That's also a great town and a great city. I kind of like the cooler weather a little bit more, so sweating my tail off in Houston is not my idea of fun, certainly not in May. I'd love to see a nice little back and forth perhaps between Glendale and Houston. Fantastic spot to be, great facilities, beautiful stadium. They love the rugby here. Lots of youth rugby happening on this pitch. Lots of sevens tournaments happening out here. USA Eagle matches. Rugby all year long. a little bit more about Lieutenant Colonel Shea's military career. After participating in All-Marine Combined Services Rugby, he's eventually assigned to 1st Recon. His first combat deployment was during the First Gulf War, promoted to the rank of Major in 1999. Got a Master's of Science in Electrical Engineering at the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, California. Went on to teach electrical engineering at the Naval Academy. And we're going to quiet down and listen to the presentation happening downstairs right now.
We're going to present our amazing mayor with a little something just to honor him for all he has done in support of military rugby, and especially the Air Force Academy. We have this game annually. Last year was Army, this year Navy, and Mayor Donovan has been a huge supporter of all that we do in the military and the academies. And as such, Mr. Mayor, if you'd come over, we've got a authentic Air Force Academy rugby jersey. The F-22 is on here. I just noticed it's a size small. I think that'll work, right? But anyway, this is for you, and what we'd like is if you'll put it up here at the park, and as a memento of all that you have done for us at the Air Force Academy. Nick, you want to add anything?
Just grateful for your support. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it very much. Let's see if this one works. There we go. I appreciate it very much, man. Just to have the military here, if you look at the history of how this all came to pass, is people like Major General and Colonels started pulling strings and saying the general public doesn't get to see the military teams because they're always sequestered on a base or someplace in an academy. So we were really happy when you all decided that this could be showcased here. And now we have the Sevens event with the fallen soldier. It's our pleasure and it's our great honor to accept this, and that will go up tomorrow in the Tri Club. We'll put it, I think Karen will take it up and put it on display right after this. I appreciate it very much. True. Thank you. Thank you, rugby fans. Keep coming back to the Vatican of Liberty, the Luxembourg of Freedom, Rugby Town, USA.
Yeah, rugby. How about it? Thanks, Mayor.
I'm joined up in the booth by Puddles Andrews, former OIC, well, not OIC, but officer rep for Navy Rugby. Happen to know each other back in Annapolis, so he's coming up here to join me. Happy to talk to him. He's just talking about fantastic weather out here. Beautiful facility. We just finished up the ceremony out here. Mayor of Glendale thanking the Air Force Academy and vice versa. They issued him or gifted him one of the Air Force Academy jerseys. Again, fantastic supporters here in Glendale for Service Academy Rugby, military rugby, and rugby in general. Back to Lieutenant Colonel Shea. He gets his electrical engineering degree from the Naval Postgraduate School and ends up teaching EE, as it's called, at the Naval Academy. He also served as the assistant coach of the Navy men's rugby team from 2000 to 2003. His first year at the Academy was my senior year at the Academy, so got to know Lieutenant Colonel Shea, then Major Shea. Impressive character, impeccable character, fantastic man to be around. The class of 2003 also selected him as an honorary graduate of the Naval Academy. After his time at Navy, he reported to the 1st Marine Division and deployed to Iraq as a regimental communications officer for 1st Marines. He's selected for Lieutenant Colonel while deployed and was to take command of 9th Communications Battalion after that deployment. Unfortunately, he was killed in action on September 14th, 2004, which was also his 38th birthday. He was awarded the Bronze Star with V for Valor. Love to be able to recognize Amy Shea. She's here in the crowd tonight. They had that ceremony at the beginning of the match, recognizing her and her family. Lieutenant Colonel Shea and Amy's daughter Brenna and her husband in the crowd. We'd also like to take a moment to thank the Air Force Academy Rugby Foundation. Air Force Academy Rugby Foundation is a nonprofit formed to better meet the needs of the Air Force rugby teams and more efficiently engage rugby alumni and other stakeholders. I'd like to thank them for sponsoring this live stream and their support for this match here at Glendale. We also have a bunch of Air Force Association of graduates here in the crowd with their tailgate up top next to me. Also the Zumi Men's Rugby Parents Group led by Sarah and Joe Schlint in the crowd. Air Force, similar history to both Navy and Army. Air Force Men's Rugby as a club formed in 1968 by Captain Al Osur, 8 national championship appearances and 3 national championships, 1989, 1990, and 2004. And we're underway here in the second half. Navy in their gold kit on the right side, and the Zunis in their diagonal striped Raptor kit on the left. Great chicken wing offload to Russell. And he offloads it to Boblets. He's around the corner, and he's able to get it in. He's awarded the try. That is a hat trick for Drew Boblets.
That's the Naval Academy try, scored by number 13, Drew.
Less than 30 seconds into the second match. And Navy is already on the score sheet. Bankston with a chicken wing offload over to Russell, and Russell also gives it a little underhand pass. And Boblett's able to fight through some contact. He's tackled shy of the try line, but momentum taking him in, and he's able to stay inbounds as well and get that ball down. Williams setting up for the conversion. That's up and that's wide.
The conversion is no good.
Navy 45, Air Force 7.
Naval Academy leads 45-7.
That restart is up. Didn't quite go 10, but it's tapped forward by Navy. Air Force able to recover it. Seals distributes to the weak side to Brown. Double tackle. Comes out to the left. Good job through hands. Finally gets caught in the middle. Comes out to the left again. Forwards mixing up right in the middle of the line. Trying to get a little bit of heavy ball carrying. That ball is kicked forward. Comes back to Williams. He boots it. That's caught. Back outside the 22. Good job by Air Force on the return. Tough to see who that was on the other side of the field. Kensinger with a carry into contact. Air Force consolidates and comes out to the right. Little bit of a half gap, but he's caught by the jersey. comes out to the right again. High kick. Bankston underneath it. He's spun out of one, but he's quickly tackled by Air Force. And they go for the counter ruck. Navy wins the penalty. Air Force losing their feet on the counter ruck. They have good pressure on the counter ruck, but just not able to maintain their feet, and they end up going to the ground afterwards. So when you counter ruck, you're allowed to counter ruck, but you've got to stay on your feet coming through on the counter ruck. You cannot collapse down to the ground and fall on that ball. Navy just gets out of a little bit of a pickle, a little bit of pressure there from Bankston. Great job under pressure by Bankston catching it. Air Force, great job on the tackle and pressure. That comes out to the right. Williams, Cornelius, Gayron. Out to the right. Russell. Dances through one. Comes out to the left. Davis hops through one. 4 Falcons around him, tackling him, bringing him down. Finally pulls it out. Cornelius, Williams, Boblets. And he gets it to Mertens. And that's through for the try. Navy. Number 6, Adam Mertens.
By number 6, Adam Mertens.
Great job committing Air Force defenders to the ball carrier. Navy had the numbers out wide, and they're able to spin it through hands, get the tacklers to commit to him, get that tackler to turn his shoulders back inside. As soon as the attacker sees those shoulders, those hips turning back inside, he's looking to offload it. Good job by Mertens, scooting back infield to touch that ball down. Williams setting up for the conversion. That's up, and he just squeezes that inside the uprights. That conversion is good. In the 46th minute, Navy 52, Air Force 7.
52-7.
Navy with a really large sophomore class. Nice hard tackle by Air Force on that restart. Looks like they're able to poach that ball, pick it up off the ground. They come weak side. Brown with a carry. He's driven backwards. Seals with distribution out to the left. Comes out to Holm. Gets through to Freegard. That's poached by Cornelius. Cornelius just a hard person to take down. Boblets, he gets his hand free. He's got space. Dances back inside. Offloads it to Liszewski. That ball comes out. Williams. Short ball. Into contact. Maybe consolidates their support. Continues out to the left. Cornelius. Short to Gayron. He skips it back inside. Donahue. Back to Russell. He's finally tackled. Donahue goes in. Scrum in is the call. Bankston. Short ball to Sands. Navy continuing the pressure. Maybe get that ball. That comes loose. Donahue tackled as he's trying to distribute. Sand gets that ball. He squeezes between 2 Air Force players. Back out to the right. Navy staying in the middle of the field here. Just working the ball back and forth. Offsides, the call by the ref. Penalty to Navy. Navy immediately calls for the scrum. Also like to announce today is Flor Alavida's birthday. She's Denver councilwoman representing District Number 7. And here, celebrating her birthday, taking in some rugby. Love to see the support from all the members out in town. Support of the town and the city. Again, beautiful facility out here. Great crowd. Navy brings in a bunch of subs. A number of them came on the pitch. Looks like it was practically the entire pack swapped out. John Messino in at the back, number 19, the 8-man. Colin Flynn, one of the flankers. Just picking out some of the numbers here. Looks like there's a few in the front row. I believe that's Nonzo Unini in the front as well. Donahue with a put in. Comes out weak side. Good job picking up that ball off his laces, but that just goes wide, not quite to hands from Cornelius. Trying to get to Young. Good idea, just not quite there. Close, so close.
Navy line out.
Air Force line out right on the 5-meter channel. Good job by Williams pulling that ball off his shoelaces. Bullet pass from Donahue out of the scrum.
Throwing gate is number 23, John Sartell.
Brennan Broad, number 16, also in for Navy. Overflow. And that is just a little bit too over-eager from Flynn on Navy, and he catches the Air Force player while he's still in the air. Going back to the responsibility to keep the offensive player safe, and in particular when you have a player up in the air going for the ball, defenders have to be really careful that they don't tackle the player while they're in the air. You have to wait until you get that one toenail that touches the blade of grass before you can tackle him. Air Force with some substitutions as well. John Sartell in the match, throwing the ball in. Air Force setting up their attack. Navy with a triple tackle. Quickly back up on their feet. That ball comes right. That comes to Vershinsky. He's dragged down by his jersey. Good job with the support there. That comes out to the right. Unini, Cornelius, Bankston. Good job by Williams pulling that ball in. He's finally tackled. Looks like that ball's poached by Air Force. Good job over that ball. Air Force with the clearance kick. That's going to stay in bounds. Takes a favorable bounce for the Falcons. Bankston's back there. He taps it back. Scoots out of one tackle. And he line drives that kick back. Williams down for Navy in the backfield. Looks like he's shaking that off. Air Force with possession of the ball. Set up right by the touchline. Brown with another hard run, and he's able to stay on his feet and make a few yards. Box kick by Seals. Donahue's back. Back to Williams. Met in the middle of the kick. That comes immediately to Beasley. He gets that ball off, and that's a great line by number 11. Bankston going to chase him down. And that's Will Taylor with the try. Great line by him. You start to see perhaps Navy players starting to see the effects of altitude.
Air Force try.
Looks like that's Will Fricky rather than Taylor. In the 52nd minute, Air Force with a try by Fricky. Good job on the clearance kick. Just Navy a little bit slow getting their defense folding over. And a good line. Navy defense kind of turns his shoulders and gives Fricky a clear line into the try zone. Looks like that was Dallas Wright with the last pass to Fricky. Anderson with the conversion attempt, and he squeezes that inside the uprights.
Good, and our score in the 53rd minute. Navy leads Air Force 52-14.
Again, that score, Navy 52, Air Force 14. Just under 30 minutes left in the match. Also have number 17, Max Bueno, in for Navy. Few subs have also come in for the Falcons. John Sartell, number 23, in at the hooker, at least throwing during the lineouts. And looks like Williams is going to come off. He picks up a little bit of a knock. Looks like it was in that tackle on the restart. Got Sam Perkle in for the midshipman. Good job on that restart. Immediately into action for kicking duties. Air Force with a tackle. And Navy strips that ball. Flynn gets that. Boblets. Vershinsky. Comes out to the right. Bono. Broad. Driven back by Air Force. Distributes to the left. Coward with a carry. Short ball to Flynn. Tackled. Coming out to the left. Bueno. Good pass there to Boblets. Fantastic offload there by Perkle, getting that ball through his hands to Drew Boblets. And that is a Texas hat trick for Boblets. Great job by Perkle. Quickly into action. Perkle from Westport, Connecticut.
Number 12, Jake Cornelius.
Product out of Staples High School. Great job. Just Navy taking that ball through phases. That ball comes from Donahue from one freshman to Perkle the other. And Perkle just a quick tip pass over to Boblets. Cornelius taking over the kicking duties for Navy. Cornelius out of Massachusetts by way of Hong Kong. That kick is up and wide.
Conversion is no good. In the 56th minute, the Naval Academy leads 57-14.
Cornelius, a sophomore. Younger brother, Max Cornelius, a freshman, also on the team.
Rugby. Never too early to get the kids.
Two sets of brothers currently on the Navy squad. Cornelius, Jake Cornelius, Max Cornelius.
Rugby.com. It's the place to go to find out all the
And then the Roberts brothers as well, both freshmen.
when they're going to be teaching all that good stuff. So it is Glendale Youth Rugby.
The kick is off.
Check it out.
Bankston boots it. And that's straight out of bounds. Great job on the clearance by J.D. Bankston, a senior out of Georgia.
Air Force line out.
Air Force with 12 seniors in their squad this year. Fantastic tradition of leadership on both sides of the pitch and on and off the pitch, in the hall and on the field. Rugby, very much a warrior sport. Perfectly suited and aligned for the military and the type of adversity that both squads will see. A.V. Gantz fleet-footed fullback in the squad for Navy. He gets it through hands over to Bengston. Good tackle by Air Force there. Donahue gets it out to the left. Gantz. Cornelius. High tackle to call. Seatbelt tackle. Actually looks like that was Messino. Not Cornelius with that last carry. Gantz stepping up for kicking duties.
Number 16, Raymond Brawl.
That ball comes out wide. Perkle, Gantz. Gantz has got speed and feet. He gets through. A.V. Gantz with the try for Navy in the 59th minute. Gantz can dance. Navy on the counter, not even the counter attack there, but just on the attack off the set piece. They do a great job of getting that ball through hands. And if you can get it out to Gantz on the wing, you've got to be careful. We've seen him make plays out of nothing. He does a great job splitting two defenders on that play. Perkle setting up for the conversion. That's tipped and hits the upright. Just a little bit too long on the run-up for Perkle. Good kick. Air Force defender able to charge that down. The unique parts about the game, allowing the charge down on the conversion, just super fun to see. Saw it in the World Cup last year with South Africa charging down a French conversion kick. Young with a catch.
Come try out and come join Glendale High School Rugby. We will take anyone. We love new players, and we love to have
that ball comes back to Gantz. He boots it deep, right by the 22 to Anderson. Great catch by Anderson. Nice return boot. Catching some rain up there. Gantz is underneath though. Dances inside Anderson. Dances outside another. He gets that ball. Perkle. Perkle finally tackled by the shoestrings. That ball is poached. Got to do a better job of protecting that ball in contact. Great announcement over the PA for some girls to support their high school rugby program. Love seeing high school rugby growing in the U.S. Great fake by Gantz. And he drives that ball across the pitch. It stops right on the 5-meter line. Anderson picks it up. And he boots it back. Perkle's there. He's got some space in front of him. He's going to go on a little run. Young sets up wide. Stiff arm. He's driven down. And that counter ruck is good. That ball is free. That's knocked on. Young falls on it. Navy picks that ball up. They continue play. Lizuski. Bengston. Young. Ref brings it back for the knock-on advantage. A little bit of a pause there. We're in the 62nd minute here. Navy 62, Air Force 14. Fantastic match entering into the last 18 minutes.
Air Force Sprung down to Navy.
Navy emptying the bench for the most part.
Donahue.
Crouch bind set the call from Roth. Donahue. Perkle. Bankston. Back to Perkle. Gantz. Steps inside. He smartly maintains possession of that ball. Comes out. Perkle. Unini. Donahue distributes out to the left. Bueno. Bankston. Bankston pulled down. Out to the right. Lazuski. Unini. A little bit of a half gap there, but Air Force defender quick to close it. Comes out to the right. Perkle. Out the back. Gantz with no support. He's a little bit isolated, but he's able to keep his feet and wait for the support to get there. Comes back out to the left. Lazuski takes it back into the teeth of the defense. Met by Brown. Brown with a great game today. Hard runner, hard tackler. Comes out to the right. Navy still with possession. Unini gets good first shoulder. Comes out to the right. Good job. I believe that was by Perkle getting that. No, not Perkle. Couldn't see who that was able to pull that ball off their shoestrings. Maybe Roberts. That ball goes backwards. Bankston. There's Perkle. That goes wide. Just through the try line, out the side of the try zone. Both Navy and Air Force back in action. Navy will again be on the road coming up. They'll be back playing against Walsh University next week on the road in Ohio. Navy penalized for obstruction there. Air Force slowing things down. Kicking for touch.
Air Force line up.
Air Force also in action again next week versus Colorado State University. That'll be a road match for them as well. Air Force with a throw-in. That is again an overthrow. Good job by Kinnerson. Taking that through. Offside the call against Navy. They're penalized. Not sure if that was a planned overthrow. That's a few times now that Air Force has done that overthrow, and it's gone to hands. Air Force chewing up the yards on these penalties. They've got a good attacking line out, about 10 meters out from the try zone. Aside from the try about 15 minutes ago, this is the deepest possession that Air Force has had this half. They go for the line out. Let's see if they're going to maul it. And that's not straight. I couldn't tell. I don't remember if Air Force actually went up and contested that. Or whether Navy contested that. They're giving Navy the option of whether they want the line out or whether they want the scrum down. Navy opts for the scrum.
Navy has elected to scrum.
Navy still under pressure here. significant dominance from either side in the scrum. Pretty evenly contested. Roth resets it. Air Force with a full slate of matches through the fall here. Next week versus Colorado State. That match is away. October 19th, they'll be in action against Brigham Young University. That's another away match in Provo, Utah. Rounding out October against University of Wyoming. And then the other part of the Service Academy Rugby Challenge for Air Force on the 2nd of November. Air Force will be taking on West Point in West Point. Navy able to get a little bit of relief off that scrum, and they booted out of bounds.
23, Sean Sartell.
It'll be a line out for Air Force. King at the front of the line out. That's another overthrow. Caught by Kensinger. Seals distributes out to the left. Home. Free guard. Pick and go by Navy there. It looks like just a little bit of a knock-in contact by Air Force. Scrum down to Navy. Coming into the 70th minute of the match, 10 minutes left. Both squads still hitting hard. On the Navy side, in terms of matchups, on the 12th against Walsh on the road. On the 19th, it's alumni weekend for the midshipmen in Annapolis. They'll be playing against Life University. That's Gantz going on a run. He's dancing inside. Missed tackle. Get it to Mertens. He tries to get out wide and get around one. Slips through the second one, and he's through for a try. Navy, Adam Mertens.
That's a Navy try. Scored by number 6, Adam Mertens.
Great example of the danger of Navy fullback A.V. Gantz there. You give him some space, and he can just slice through a defense. He can step off left foot, right foot. It doesn't really matter. He commits that last defender, gets that ball to Mertens, and Mertens able to get that ball outside. Navy's still not showing much of the effects of the altitude. Navy opting for late travel, arriving in Denver late this morning. Quick trip back to Annapolis. Perkle with the boot. And that's just wide.
The conversion is no good. In the 72nd minute of our competition, Navy leads 67-14.
And the score is Navy 67, Air Force 14. Just over 8 minutes left in the match. Keanu Gote in for the Zoomies. That comes back to Gantz. He boots that. Bankston, Young, Roberts all in on kick chase. Anderson with a boot. Nice spiraling boot. It goes back. Sits up for Gantz. He steps inside Anderson. Slide steps through another one. Tries to get it out to Perkle. That ball just high. A little bit of a hospital pass for Perkle. He reaches up and tries to tap it over and goes just slightly forward. It'll be a scrum down to Air Force. Early action on the women's side for rugby. Navy women in action versus the Air Force women. That match played at the Air Force Academy. Good push by Navy in that scrum, driving Air Force back. That ball finally squirts out. Seals swarmed in the back. Nice pick and go by Air Force again. Trying to go over the top and right down the middle. That ball comes out to Bankston. It's tipped. Still heading down towards the Air Force 22. It's pulled in. Anderson boots it. He's been solid with the boot all day. Doesn't get a lot of distance on that one, but still a little bit more breathing room for Air Force. Looks like Navy women over Air Force 71-8 on the women's side. It'd be great to have double header match one of these years here at Glendale Park. I'd love to see both matches here for the men and the women. That maul is made a mess of for sure. I think it's in from the side is the call from the ref. Perkle with the kick out of bounds. That'll be a line out to Navy. Just over 5 minutes left on the match. It's Navy 67, Air Force 14. Air Force backs doing good job on the counterattack. Both their tries largely scored off the counterattack. Sorry, the one try scored off the counterattack. The other, the pick and goes. Short line game paying off for them in the first half. Navy with the maul. Paused once. And they're going to have to pull it out and use it. Again, Air Force penalized in the maul. Perhaps in from the side. Ref has words with Air Force captain about their defense in the maul. Perkle going to the well again. They're going to set up for the line out right at the 5 meter. I'd expect Navy to maul this in as well. Their maul. I don't know if I'd necessarily say dominant, but they've been getting good go forward. Zumi's defense has been pretty solid. They're able to make them stop. But some infringement there. I don't know if it's changing the bind or coming in from the side. Maybe goes up. They said it. Maul is formed. They're driving. A little bit of pushback from Air Force. Continues in his splinters. And they're able to get it down. Try Navy. Nice maul try by the Piggies, by the forwards. I believe that was Brennan Broad, the representative forward, scoring that one. That is Broad with a try.
Score by number 16, Brennan Broad.
Air Force also given a yellow card during those infringements. A number of back-to-back penalties ultimately results in the ref going to her pocket. Perkle with the line drive. And he scoots that one just wide.
The conversion is no good. 77 minutes.
Navy 72, Air Force 14. Fantastic crowd here in Glendale. A little pooch kick from Air Force, looking to take advantage of Navy being a little bit asleep. Anderson has to trek back to pick up that ball. Navy swarms him. Not much happening kick chase wise. No retreat happening from Air Force. And Gantz goes on a jaunt, steps inside it, and he's got the space. And he's got the room to score that try. Looks like he was trying to get Bengston trying to hand that ball off. Get the try for Bengston. Try awarded to A.V. Gantz. Just another example of how dangerous he can be. Perkle sets up for the conversion. This one's straight on. Much less of a run up there. And that conversion is good. Sam Perkle with his first points in a Navy jersey. Navy 79, Air Force 14. Ends up being a contentious take on the restart. Navy somehow able to maintain possession of it. Gantz puts it on the boot. Anderson receives. He boots it down the middle. Perkle does a good job catching that. He boots it cross field. That's a great kick from Perkle. Put him forward another 10 meters, and that probably would have been a 50-22 from right on his 22. Great kick by Perkle there. Again, we'd like to thank the Infinity staff, in particular Kieran Nelson, Director of Infinity Park Operations, and the entire Infinity Park staff here at Rugby Town, USA. They've done a fantastic job hosting this event, and we're incredibly thankful and grateful. Another overthrow by Air Force. And they're still able to recover it. They boot it. Nice high boot. Perkle with the catch. Steps inside one. Inside a second. He offloads it to Donahue. Donahue just loses the handle on it. That's the match, and that's called here in Glendale, Colorado. Navy wins the Thomas Shea, Lieutenant Colonel Shea Cup. 79-14. Fantastic match by two sets of warriors. Midshipmen able to do some damage on this night, this cool night here in Colorado. Zoomies not giving up till the end. Fighting for all 80 minutes as you'd expect from any service academy. We'd also like to thank the Air Force Academy Rugby Foundation again. Nonprofit formed to better meet the needs of the Air Force rugby teams and more effectively and efficiently engage rugby alumni and other stakeholders. It's a fantastic match. Stick around with me for a few minutes. We're going to have the awarding of the Lieutenant Colonel Shea Trophy. That trophy will be passed along to the mayor of Glendale, then along to Lieutenant Colonel Shea's widow, Amy. And Amy, as it is her tradition, will provide the Kevin Shea Cup to the winning team. We'll also have the singing of the alma mater for both squads. Air Force going first, and as tradition for the winning team going second, singing second, as they say. Both squads coming over to clap up the crowd. Great display and show of rugby tonight. Lots of history in these two programs right here. Fantastic history on the field. We're proud to be able to honor and remember Lieutenant Colonel Shea, United States Air Force Academy grad from 1989, and Naval Academy rugby assistant coach from 2000 to 2003. Air Force cadets bringing the Lieutenant Colonel Shea trophy out. Amy Shea on the field, along with her daughter, Brenna. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us here in Glendale, Colorado tonight. Tomorrow will be the matchup of the football teams down in Colorado Springs. Naval Academy Midshipmen taking on Air Force Academy Falcons. Hard to pick out a man of the match. Actually, it's not that difficult. I think the man of the match has to go to Navy's Drew Boblitz. 4 tries. Absolutely lethal today, playing at outside center. Air Force Captain Jack Brown, also with a fantastically strong showing on the Air Force side. Impressive ball carrier and defender. Felt like I was calling his name every 5 minutes.
Let's send it down to the pitch for Glendale Mayor Mike Donovan.
And we're going to listen in for the awarding of the Kevin Shea Trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big hand for these 2 great young teams who are representing us around the world. In a very, very precarious world we live in, this is the finest there is on the planet. Now, well done. Cap, you're going to tell us a bit about Navy and who you chose as a player of the match on the opposition.
Well, obviously Navy is a very quick team. They can decide pretty fast, much faster than we did, clearly. It's always great to have the inter-academy rivalries. I'm not one to talk, I apologize, but I always love having them out here. I talk a lot of crap, and I think they received it well. So, love playing them, and hopefully I play them after the Air Force, or after the academy.
Big hand for Air Force. Well done, Matt. Captain, well done. Beautiful job. Tell us a bit about this team and the players and the ideal of rugby.
Yeah, I mean, Air Force, they brought the energy today, and as inter-service academy teams, this is like what rugby represents. And they came out hard and they came out tough, and we respect them for that. And I think that's as what rugby in this nation needs. And so I'd like to commend them for coming out and giving out a good match. So.
Big hand for Navy. Major General Irish. Please do.
All right, the 12 step forward.
We'll do the same on the other side.
And for us, the captain number 8.
Did you plan that? Did you plan that?
Well, 20.
Well done. That's how the Air Force does it. Major General, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about this wonderful presentation because you are the home team and we have a special guest. Begin.
All right, so first of all, congrats to both teams. The best part about this is knowing that someday in the future, these guys will be together, hopefully not in too much of harm's way, but to know that they can compete out here as hard as they did, and yet at the end of the day, join hands and support and defend my family and our great country so that events like this in Glendale, Colorado can happen. And we're extremely honored to have both these teams here. And these young men, if you spend any time with them, and I'm honored that I get to do that, you'll see the best and the brightest in what our nation has to offer. And I don't say that just secondhandly. I mean it. These guys are awesome. Tonight, a trophy is going to be presented to the winning team. It's the Kevin Shea Award, and his wife is here. He was an Air Force Academy graduate who cross-commissioned into the United States Marine Corps and was killed on duty in Afghanistan. His wife is here tonight. We have made this trophy. He also coached at the Naval Academy, coached rugby. So there's a big rugby tie with the Kevin Shea Award. And this trophy goes to the winning team here. And his wife will present that. Amy, you want to say a couple words?
I'm actually very humbled for all of it. And yes, Kevin was a rock star. He used to say he was a rock star, and I say, no, you're not. Any Marine wife would know what I was alluding to on that one. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. Thank you. Kevin was awesome, and I loved him more than life itself. And yes, it was good. So, Semper Fi and have fun and good times. Yes.
All right. So I believe we have a winning team. Looks like the scoreboard says Navy. Congratulations, guys. There you go. All right. I believe that concludes most of tonight's scenario worries, right? Here, Jonathan?
There may be a beer or two someplace around this town to be had with the old folks, and I can see somebody who doesn't jog a lot is moving up towards me. No.
All right, I guess we're going to finish, as with any competition between academies. We get to sing the third verse, the alma mater, whatever you want to call it, and the winning team sings second.
Both teams setting up for the singing of the alma maters now. We'll have the Air Force singing first. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here for Navy Air Force, especially the folks at Infinity Park, Rugby Town, USA. My name is Devin Smiley, and on behalf of both teams and the Air Force Academy Rugby Alumni Foundation, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Signing off here in Glendale, Colorado.
You are never
Thank you.
playing an opponent, because at one point in your life you will all play together. And that is the definition of rugby and being an American rugby player. So, ladies and gentlemen, one cheer for the officials. Hip hip. Two cheers for the fans. Hip hip. Hip hip. And three cheers for the United States of America and these fine young men that are saving us in the future. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. We love you. Keep coming back to Infinity Park for rugby.